stuff now, man.
Come on.
Man, we in Babylon, man.
Break that down, brother, for him. Break it
We in
down. I know
we
you
we
know. I know
we in
you know.
Babylon. We in
Break it down.
Babylon. We in Babylon, and I don't know a whole lot about the book, the Bible, the good book, all that stuff. But things of revelation, man. These things are coming to appear, and this is what existing is on this planet right now.
Brother man, stay there. Stay there. We're gonna take what you said. Babylon.
Come on. Where is
The,
Babylon?
no, hold on. Listen. What took place in Babylon that was so detrimental to the people that they use right now today? What did God do in Babylon? He divided the people.
Yeah,
Remember? He broke everybody's language up, didn't he?
yeah,
And why did he do it? Because he seen that there was strength in the numbers of the people. See it? And see, our people are locked in into what I call the biblical way of thinking. And it's the biblical thinking that has made us hostage. Because all our beliefs are based on what? Biblical thinking. Now we don't understand. We're not Africans, we're Romans.
Mm.
mm.
Killed them.
Woo.
Killed them.
Ooh,
Killed
ooh.
them.
Rome Catholicism, right?
Man, go back, bro. Remember I told y'all the culture exchange? You
Yeah,
see it? How you gonna get black men to be black men when they living as Romans? Our way.
yeah,
Your central thought. Mhm.
The elevation of the mind, bro. See what we trying to do is we trying to pull too many people. See that's when you need to take you a historical walk back in time. Now you need to revisit with those African cultures, those African empires, so you will understand how you need to perform as an African man,
Yes, sir.
not a European man. Because your thinking is given to you by who? The European.
Mhm.
He's your
yeah.
first, he's the one that demand that you go to school. Why? So he can program your mind.
So you can build a empire in that corporation.
Thank you. How do you get the people to work? How do you get the people minds to be programmed to work for themselves? That's the problem.
You get a
Mm.
hold of their mind.
Thank
Stephanie,
you.
get a hold of mine.
When
But
you
if
got
you
people when you got people that is reluctant to read, you got people that is reluctant to hear the brothers that is able to give them the things that they need. How do you move past those people?
Mhm. This,
Every
this,
movement, listen, every movement that would move our people forward was destroyed by the very people that we've been trying to move forward.
mm,
So how do we solve that problem?
well, we're invisible. It's not many of us that's awoke and wake to even to march on with the fight, the fight. Only some of us. And some of us gonna be sleeping a slumber, however that quote will be said.
Bro, do y'all really want to hear the solution?
what's the solution?
Yeah.
In any time you want to be successful, we ain't gonna go where we come from. We're gonna go where we at. And where
Mm.
we at right now today, any opportunity for you to have success, there will be sacrifices that have
Oh,
to be made.
All the
you
sacrifice.
gonna sell out. That's part of it.
Thank you. My point in the solution is that there's going to be some people that's going to have to go away in order for the movement to be able to move forward.
Mhm.
Guess what? Y'all know what I heard? I
What's
just
up?
seen a picture. Some brother just put a picture of Farrakhan's father up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a white man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I hear
like,
that.
what? I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, now we see again. We got to look at now. Why did it take us so long to get this information?
Mm.
Think of what the nation, and I don't got nothing against the Nation of Islam. I love the Nation of Islam. I love the Minister Farrakhan as well, because
Right.
by his father being white don't take away the fact that the brother give good knowledge and the brother
Right.
did some major things. So I'm not against Farrakhan. I love the brother. But I never knew that his father was white. I never knew that.
I didn't know either.
You know what I'm saying? Because now it makes me say, well, dang, Mr. Farrakhan, how could you say that white people are the devil and you preach this and you practice this and you come from a European source, bro?
You from that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So we know you can't. Are you saying yourself? You calling yourself the enemy? Because part of you is European.
Because you'll say that, then that's Barack Obama. That's Bob Marley. Just
You see?
all on and on.
And now you understand why those people were in position. You see how
Yeah.
they got in position.
Right.
Remember, before there was a Donald Trump, he had a daddy that was in
Yeah.
play, didn't he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before there was a Bush, Bush had a daddy that was in play, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because all this stuff goes down from generation to generation.
Yeah.
People don't get in those positions without being a part of that bloodline.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
All
That's
the time,
true.
too.
That's true.
See, we're going back to the elevation of thinking. The elevation of your thinking is going to help you see through the maze.
Yeah. It's gonna guide you.
Hmm.
This is my question for both of y'all. Uh what what type of things do y'all do personally to elevate your mind?
Hmm.
You can go first, bro.
Bro, I try getting to reading, of course, reading the scripture, the Bible every now and then. Try to look at the Quran. I try to look at anything that's worth sourceful of knowledge, man. I'm open minded to the universe of all different things. I ain't just one dimensional. Cause gotta be somebody live in the world but can't be of the world and can't be what's going on and floating in society today. So I'm a people watcher. I'm a writer of the world, and being author and then being an author also. Here and there, just observing and being analytical and observing the world and seeing what's going on around me, what's going on in the universe, and what's going on, man. To have a perception, but just try to stay faith and try to root it, man, with belief. But man, it's rough and it's hard. It keep
Mm-hmm.
going on sometimes when you don't know the uncertainty and you see what's going on and what's not really what's in and what's not and what's happening out here. That's what I would say for me.
What about you, Leo?
Well, seeing that I'm 30 years in and I went through all of the great philosophies and all of the great teachers and all those things, what I use to keep my mind elevated is I make sure that I keep a quest for information. Then I also pay attention to what information I allow to um, live within my mind.
Mm-hmm.
The key is understanding what you're actually feeding the mind because you understand that the mind is going to create your actions and your behavior. So once you understand that, then you be more conscious of what you put into your mind. So I
Yeah.
make sure I have a quest for information. I pay attention to what I'm putting in my mind. I pay attention to what type of people I'm going to deal with based upon the way they think.
Yes, sir.
Because peer pressure and being influenced by idiots is it can take its natural course. So you got to be conscious of dealing with those type of people when you're trying to keep your mind elevated because you don't want to vibrate low.
Yeah.
Now they say you are what you eat in certain ways of how they say it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It ain't just about what you feed your tummy. It's about what you putting inside your head.
That's why I've been
What
trying to figure this thing out, being saying like country like that. What's saying Muslim Farrakhan talk about his book, Muslims eat to live, Elijah Muhammad.
Oh,
Man,
Elijah Muhammad.
yeah, I'm trying to eat to live, but I'm living to eat, but I'm trying to eat to live, but I'm trying to figure out this whole scenario, the concept of that. I'm trying to figure out how to live everyday society and life. But like you say, you gotta be mindful of what you eat, what you take in, and what you digest, and what you deal with nowadays.
Because you got to understand the enemy has a story just like you have a story and he's trying to merge them together And what happens when he put them together, you get confused because
Mm.
the enemy is giving you lies
His story.
decorated as the truth.
Look at the word, his story.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. His story, right, right, right.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I
his
hear that every
story.
now and then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's his story.
Not my story, his story.
Nah, we had the mystery system,
Yep.
and he had his story. See, he
Mm-hmm.
took the
Mm-hmm.
mystery system that we had and turned it into his history.
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
we talking about the elevation of the mind. So when we talk about the enemy that created this system, we're talking about caveman people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
go into the minds of the caveman. Remember, these was barbaric people. Look
Yeah.
at the world. Ain't the world functioning off of barbaric frequencies right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the book of Machiavelli, The Iceman and Half.
Man, I read the Iceman.
Mm-hmm.
And another
Iceman.
and another thing we need to reiterate to the people is that the people that created this system, they said if you want to hide something from black people, where do you put
You,
it?
you keep it in the book, and that's the book.
Man,
Chris
black people will
Rock.
come in your house and rob your house, but you can have all your money and wealth inside of a book and they'll never find it.
Yep, that's
Chris,
so true.
Yeah, because
That's so true.
see what
Chris Rock say, a books is like kryptonite to a nigga.
man,
Yeah, man.
it
It
is.
is. It is.
Yes,
You
it's
don't know
kryptonite.
what hidden gems could be in them joints. You pick them up sometime.
Man, and the thing about a book is that that book is going to expand your mind and open it up so you can see clearly. You be like, I thought about that. But now here's somebody validating what you had already thought about.
Nah, I speaking the books. I write books on the side. I got a couple of books out.
Okay.
Yeah, on Amazon. Third hour before the change.
Mm.
You
One of the
know.
things I do to expand my mind is also like the thirst for knowledge. You know what I mean? Keep reading. Reading is the key. Reading is fundamental. I also love
Yeah,
playing chess. You
yeah.
know,
My book I got on Amazon.
but,
Here's
Yeah.
another thing, bro. When we dealing with the people, simplifying things make it more easy for them to ingurgitate and be able to regurgitate.
yeah,
Yeah.
And what I mean when I say simplified, when we talking about the elevation of the mind, we're talking about people that have a thirst for knowledge. What is knowledge? The root word of knowledge is what? Just tell people
you know,
seek to know. That's what you want to do. Just seek to know. All that other trying to make stretch these little words and make them gigantic word, it confuses the people.
Uh-huh.
Simplify it and make it easy. Make these goals easy for them to obtain, and you might get more effort out of the people.
Uh-huh.
Because you got to remember that our people need mental surgery.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
we went through some things as a group of people that we haven't recovered from. We're trying to get crippled people to build civilizations, towns, cities, and things like that. These people are mentally crippled. They're not able to perform in the way that we want them to perform. A lot of these people are going to have to die out in order for the real people to be able to get in position to do what it needs to be done. Because the conscious is not the majority; they're the minority.
yeah.
The unconscious is the minority. We
Mm-hmm.
can't beat them. It has already been proven that there's strength in numbers. The problem with what we're going through today is that the numbers don't favor our consciousness that we need to overcome this bogus system. It favors the system because our people is doing everything they can to keep the system working against us unconsciously. You see it? So we need the elevation of the mind in order for us to be emancipated. If we don't, we're going to perish. Look at
What's that quote? Yeah. Some of my people lack the makers of knowledge or something perish.
the lack of knowledge. The lack of knowledge Man's lack of knowledge, yeah, the lack of knowledge you shall perish.
Yeah.
Biblical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, one of those biblical phrases that you can hold on. The Bible has some good things in it.
Yeah.
If you apply it, you will never know what's good until you apply it. If
Right.
you don't apply it, how do you know if it works?
Frederick
I,
Douglass said, "A knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave."
man, and most of us right now are fit to be what?
Right.
Slaves. You can't ignore the reality. And
Yeah.
everything can't be blamed on the enemy. Some of these
Right.
problems that we're dealing with are problems that we're creating for ourselves due to
Mm-hmm.
what? Ignorance. Ignorance is a bliss in our community.
Yeah.
And then how you going to get the people to understand the value of self-love?
Mm.
How you going to get the people to get there when you got a whole bunch of people that are just totally lost? See, what's got to happen is that a lot of these generations are going to have to die out because the people are crippled to no repair.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't get consciousness in the minds of the unconscious unless
Right.
Well,
they want it. I
they
started this by saying you can't tell grown people what to do.
they said something like that analogy. A friend of mine said something like that before years ago. Earlier said, "You think the majority is hate and race and all this stuff that's been psychologically going on, passed down, all this stuff with bigotry, hatred, or whatever. In order for you to have a different society or new way of thinking, you got to destroy and burn up this world and create a new civilization because it's so goddamn embedded. It's so instilled in every different individual or generation's mind or who they've been preaching on and cycling on and on and on that you got to burn up this planet damn near in order to create a new society, a world, a new way of thinking.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how far true that can be, but sometimes it damn near seems like it's logical.
Right.
Let me ask you this. If we take a dirty glass and we went all around the world and put different water from all parts of the world in that glass, do it change the fact that that's a dirty glass?
Mm.
No, it's still a dirty ass glass.
Right,
Right.
right. Yeah, because everybody gets,
Only
yeah,
way you're gonna get clean water is you're gonna have to clean the glass before you put the water back in it. But if you can
Right.
go all around the world with that dirty glass, every part of the world that you get some water from, that glass is gonna taint the water and make it
yeah.
dirty.
Because it's that ideology from every other different continent or country you saying.
Man, you see, and that's where we at with the people. These people have tainted spirits.
Yeah,
You're not gonna be able to tap into that unless you're able to tap into the spiritual world. And with
yeah.
these people, they have I keep telling y'all, they exchanged their culture and taken on someone else's culture. So in doing that, they gave up spirituality to take on religion. And
Mm,
everybody know that religion is man-made.
yeah,
See? So if religion is what controls the minds, the hearts, and the souls of the people, then that means there's some man that's in position of controlling the minds and hearts and the souls of the people. Because
right.
remember, religion is not of the creator, it is of man.
Yeah.
Right.
We talked about it. The Council of Nicaea.
Yes, sir. The book didn't just come out of the damn sky. Something happened.
Thank you. And then when you read the book lets you know that it's there to do what? Mentally confuse you.
Mhm.
Because if this was a book that was given to us by the creator, it wouldn't be so many contradictions in it.
Right.
And then I remember this one scripture says that God protects fools and the babies. Well, either this book is lying or God has been on vacation.
Mm.
Because in our communities, the baby's been getting gunned down. Oh, and then see again, going back to the thinking. Jesus told the disciples that everything that he said would come to pass before they die. So if the disciples are no longer here, everything that Jesus promised has already happened. Wow. I'll wait. See, the elevation of our minds would have took us past that by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should be in graduated from that book that they used to select the slave. They used to select certain slaves to be able to preach certain scriptures to the slaves.
Yeah.
Right.
How is it that we're still locked in this book that is where God has made it righteous for you to obey your slave master?
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
if these people are the ones that enslaved us, and these are the same people that gave us this book and this religion, wouldn't common sense tell us to challenge that?
Mhm.
Common sense would tell us that. But see, now again, we got to look at the minds of the people haven't been elevated. It has been locked into a box.
Yeah.
Most people have what? Cube thinking. They
Mhm.
don't draw their thoughts from the universe. They draw their thoughts from the system that was created to keep us in bondage. Look at them.
They
They
always,
get up every day, faithfully go to work. So what? The elite people, corporations can continue to thrive and keep people oppressed all around the world. We're doing this.
you
We're
missing
the
the,
ones that's making the system work.
yeah, you mentioned the children. How can we what we have to do to elevate our children's mind?
What do we got to do to elevate our children's mind?
Yeah.
One, you got to take them off of social media.
Mm.
If you don't get your kids off of social media, you have no fight in this. You have no fight.
Me and my brother
Next,
just talking about this.
next is you have to be a real parent. A parent is someone that diminish that a parent is someone that have discipline for their children.
Mhm.
See, children today have too much power and control, and we don't do anything about their negative behavior because most of the time we don't have time to be parents because we're out doing what? Being slaves for the system.
Mhm.
Yeah, be on the go, trying to make it,
Yeah.
trying to survive kids.
See, all this is systematically designed. You're gonna work to be able to pay. If you're gonna work, if you want to live in a nice house, drive a nice car, but at the expense of you getting that nice car and that nice house, your children's lives are going to go to shit because you're not going to be no parent. You're
Modern day slavery.
You can't work, you can't be in two places at one time. Children need time, they need guidance, they need love, they need attention, and all the things that a child needs today, parents are not able to give it to them. We try to
Right.
substitute we try to substitute the real things by giving them materialistic things.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't work.
See, the
So,
Right.
enemy,
in
the,
order for us to elevate the mind of our children, get them off of social media, teach them, get them into reading books, make it mandatory.
mhm.
Make it mandatory. And then take back your power as a parent.
See,
Yeah.
the enemy plans for generations. We only plan for Saturday night.
Thank you.
Mm. Yeah.
Take back your rights as a parent, and you'll be able to develop successful children. But if you allow your children to live in your house and be friends with social media, just know you will not have great success with that child. Social
Mm.
media will raise that child.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then you also got to understand that when you send your child out into the public school system, you send them out to be trained by the enemy. And if you send him out to be trained by the enemy, then he's going to come back into your house as your enemy.
Mm.
Look at what the children are doing in the houses
Mm.
because they have no respect for you as their parent. That's why I said take back your rights as a parent. Discipline changes people.
Yeah.
We are 100% responsible for our children.
Yeah. See, we gave our children over to the system, and the system dummied them down. And now look at their actions and their behavior. You got boys that want to live their lives as women.
Woo.
Mm.
Why is that? Because the welfare system kicked the man out of the house. So there is no example of what a man is for the minds of the little boys. They get to
Yeah.
see the mama be dominant. So now they want to be a female because they
That's why
feel
I'm masculine.
yeah. All this
Yeah.
was socially and systematically designed.
Yeah.
How
And
did some penitentiary stuff make its way into the world and become a fad. Sagging of the pants was something that was started in prison for um, homosexual dudes that want to invite other guys to their behind. But right now,
Yeah,
today,
yeah, yeah. I
sagging and
heard about
showing your
that.
butt is a fad.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that goes back into the lowering of the thinking of the people. When you lower the thinking of the people, you can influence them to do whatever you want them to do. Because
Mm.
guess what? You control the way they think. And if you can control the way they think, guess what? You'll be able to always control the way they act. And right now, black people are acting, their actions and behavior are being governed and controlled by that very system that was put in place to do what it's doing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black people are ignorant, bro.
Any thoughts about today's discussion?
Yeah, they are very ignorant. You can see that black people are ignorant when you look at all the stupid things that you see black people doing all around the world, all around the country.
Mm-hmm.
Look at our women. Our women today is has become the black man's greatest enemy.
You ain't lied.
The black woman is the black man's greatest enemy today.
We can't even come together and bring them saying unified, always against each other.
And y'all
We
want to know something else?
we read the William Lynch letter. We read
Y'all want
that.
to know something else?
Yes, sir.
Do y'all know how a lot of black empires was taken over?
By a woman and Sheba, Delilah.
A lot of black empires was part of the reason that a lot of black empires was being able to be taken over is because black men had love for foreign women.
Mm,
Read The Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. He'll tell you one of the reasons they was able to conquer Egypt is because the pharaohs had love for foreign pussy.
mm.
I ain't said. All you got to do is think about all the wars. There's more dudes in prison behind a woman. And then think about the history of Cleopatra. Look how Cleopatra took the Romans and
Julius
used her
Caesar.
seductions to have Julius Caesar put her back on the throne in Egypt.
Yes, sir. Julius Caesar.
Hmm.
Mm.
Just look at it. We
Mm.
plan. This goes back into thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You got to just understand how the people that's empowered think. Once you able to tap into that frequency, now you'll be able to take what you need and give it to your people so they can raise up. See, what we having a problem is we want to be individuals. You can't be an individual when you at war. In
Mm.
war, you need soldiers. And right now, black people don't have no soldiers to formulate any strong military force because
Right.
we can't keep talking about the problem. See what black people are fail to realize all throughout history, all throughout history, power only change hands when people go to what? War. White people didn't get in power through legislation, and white people damn sure ain't gonna lose power through no legislation.
Bloodshed.
Ask the Chinese people how they got in power. They went to war. Remember, China was being forced to buy opium from the Catholic Church, the Pope now.
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
Yeah.
China had a problem with opioids. They people were strung out on heroin. Why was they strung out on heroin? Because of the Catholic Church, the Pope now. But China said, hey, listen. The only way we're gonna be able to get our name and get a position in the world is we're gonna have to go to war with these people, man. See, black people want to talk about it. No, it ain't you can't talk about it. We've been talking too goddamn long. Ain't nobody listening.
Right.
If ain't nobody listening, then what do you do after they stop listening? You gotta go to the plan B. What is plan B? Formulating you a military so you can be able to have a voice in the world. Because if you ain't got no military, you ain't got no voice. This shit is about whooping asses and taking over the shit that you want. You see it. Our government send the troops into countries that don't want to do what we tell them to do.
Mhm.
So you know, if you ain't got no military, you ain't got no voice and you ain't got no position in the world. And black people, that's why we don't have no position. We don't have nobody to fight. Black people don't want to die. They'll die when it comes to killing each other, but they ain't gonna die for us to be able to get to the next level and set ourselves free. That's not gonna happen. Hell no, they ain't gonna do that.
Mm, mm,
They ain't gonna do that. They scared of
mm.
that. But let's look at the rap game. Right now, all those young brothers, good young brothers, smart young brothers that was able to come from the ghetto and become millionaires. What did the white people do? They found a way to get all that money back and now put all them brothers in federal prison. Why? Because they thinking wasn't where it's supposed to be. See it? See how detrimental our thinking is to our well-being? And you talking about elevation? Shoot, if we don't elevate, we gonna die. That's what you
Yeah.
should be promoting. Elevate or die.
Mm.
Stop. We don't need. We need to stop sugarcoating. And the one thing about black people is the black people hate to be presented with the truth. That's
Yeah.
how you know the people that you need to get rid of.
Mm.
See it? See, we have some sharp leaders, and we supposed to learn from their mistakes. And that's what I done. I studied every leader we had, their philosophies, where they got it from. Like I told you, young man, when we was doing the Martin Luther King thing, I told you he borrowed that stuff from Gandhi. It didn't
Yeah,
work for Gandhi.
yeah.
And then I told you, I said, man, what was Martin Luther King doing with the neo-Nazis?
Mm.
And then you went and found the picture, just like I told you. I ain't man. Listen, man. We gotta. We right now. If if we gonna do anything, we need to stop talking about it. Need to stop talking about it. Because right now, everybody in this country know what our problem is, but don't nobody want to do what needs to be done for us to manifest the solution. It's not that the black people. It's not that as a collective whole we don't know what the problem is. Oh, we know what the problem is. What the real problem is that black people fear white people and they're afraid to do what needs to be done in order for us to get to the next level. Because remember, listen, remember, there was a time when the white man could have his way with the black man sexually. And what is
But
the black man doing today? What is he practicing most right now today? The black man. Homosexuality. Going back to the remnants of slavery.
Puff Daddy.
Thank you. Come on, brother man.
I'm just saying, I'm just thinking of synonyms and
Bro,
analogies.
do it make any sense to you?
Yeah, I hear you saying.
Come on, bro. I didn't do this, bro. But the
ain't
European man used to have his way with the black man sexually. Come on now. Come on. And,
I
and,
thought it
and,
was I thought it
and
was majority of the black woman and the brother man, huh?
thank you.
Yes,
And right now today, brother man, what is these young brothers doing?
homosexual.
What are they doing?
they're selling them.
Man. And to become a rapper, what is they given to be great rappers?
Ooh,
Hmm, hmm. Hang
Wow.
out at Puff Daddy parties.
Man. You see it? It went from see what he was doing, he was desensitizing us to that act. Because remember, in Greece, what they had a whole homosexual military in Greece
oh
called the
yeah.
Mm,
Thebians. And them Thebians used to whoop tail, but they all was homosexuals.
Watch
mm,
the
Come
movie.
on, y'all want to play history?
Watch the movie.
mm. Yeah, so Alexander the Great and stuff.
Gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, Alexander wrote in his diary about his lover.
Mm,
And remember, Alexander, they say Alexander killed Philip. Who is Philip? Philip is Alexander's daddy because Alexander didn't even have the quest to take over the world. It was his daddy. Philip was the one that started that. And after Alexander killed Philip, then that's when Alexander got in play. And after Alexander died, then that's when the Ptolemies took place.
Good
Now you understand where Jesus came from. Uh-oh, y'all know about that. Going all the way from Alexander to the Ptolemies. Now you'll come on. Now you'll understand where Jesus came from. Quit
Right.
playing with me, y'all. Quit playing with me. Elevation of your minds.
Any book recommendations?
I recommend everybody elevate their minds if they want to swim.
Mm,
Ooh.
If you don't want to swim, then drown.
mm,
Everybody got freedom of choices and making decisions.
right.
Because guess what? Even as a slave, you had those two things that you had under your belt: choices and decisions. Because anytime the slave could have made a decision that I'm not going through this, I'd rather die.
Mhm.
So you had
Mm,
choices and decisions. Just like we have right now today. You have a choice every day when you go and pull that gun and shoot another black man. You had a choice and a decision.
Mhm.
But by you hating yourself, it makes you easy for you to kill another brother. It's not that you hate him, it's that you hate yourself. The enemy programs you to hate yourself. The enemy programs you to see yourself as unworthy, unfit,
Mhm. You
a
just a
brother
white
that's
man.
supposed to be living in poverty.
You just a white man in black skin.
Huh?
You a white man, black skin.
Thank you. What they call that? Blackface?
Mm.
And then it's just so much with the power of elevating our minds, man. To me, that's the only key that set us free.
mm,
This is brother Brooks. He was talking about.
yeah. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, King.
Talk about your books real quick, brother.
I,
Books based on
what books you got, bro? I can't even see y'all, man. Let me see the book, cause I'm a reader, and
book
we
is
can
based on
and
me.
we can
I'm
we can
telling
all
a
come
story.
we
I
can
used
all
to
come
sit there and
together,
be
and you can
the
write the next book.
teacher. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah,
I used to be in the teaching
well
back in
that's good.
2015, 2016, MPS. A story made viral news, worldwide news. I was teaching, and I was being a teacher at the time. Seeing teaching aide that came. I was working on becoming a teacher, and I had a juvenile attack me in my classroom. I was teaching, and
Oh,
dude
okay,
spit on me, and we ended up, colliding and getting in the classroom, getting it on, and it made worldwide news.
I
So,
seen you.
and I ended up writing this book, man, back in 2017, 2018, whatever. It came out, I think 2019. Yeah, 2019 came out right around the pandemic.
Mm.
So I wrote my first book, and Third Hour Before the Change is on Amazon. And I wrote about the experience I went through for teaching in NPS and just overall experiences, that whole thing, incident back then, and just the answer, saying the whole adversity, stuff I went through, exchanges and all that. I wrote about that in that first book. And now I got a volume two out, Third Hour After the Change, and, been out since last year. And, working on it, promoting it, so now I wrote, volume two based on a continuation of what I wrote from the first book, but it just is just more in depth, more different details, experiences, and other things I experienced, within writing the first book and just make it to a survivor through the pandemic and on some of the things I saw that, we endured of, going through the pandemic. People who had friends, lost family, whatever. Wrote about a lot of stuff in volume two of just making through the pandemic at the time and me leaving, Milwaukee, leaving the mill town and really relocating and moving out to, Atlanta and stuff. Being from Chicago and moving to Atlanta and just telling about the experiences I went through and got to experience and got to be exposed to certain stuff out there in Atlanta. So I'm telling a lot of different stories and in depth, a lot of different experiences that I went through in the
Right.
last few years. So that's pretty much what I, wrote about hindsight. But it's more it's all about improvement, self-improvement. But just writing
Okay.
about my stories I experienced.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
we don't. You see what we got to do, man, is we got to create think tanks. See,
Mhm.
if we follow the same blueprint that took us out of power, we borrow a page from their book, it'll put us back in power.
Right.
That's a,
Yeah.
that's a, we don't think.
See, only way you know how was you do y'all know how Rome was able to whoop Carthage?
Cool.
Do y'all know how the Romans was able to whoop Carthage in the
No,
Punic
No,
Wars?
no.
uh-uh.
Are y'all familiar?
Yeah, I heard
Not
about it.
really.
I don't know
Yeah.
how.
Okay. Well, brother man, the other brother man, he heard about
The
it.
jazz.
Do you know how they was able to how Rome was able to whoop Carthage?
Nah.
Well, they was able to whoop Carthage because they got somebody that could think on the same level as Hannibal.
Oh.
They got somebody that mentally understood the same strategies of war. And when Rome hooked dude up, I think Scipio, it was Scipio. When they put dude into play, he thought just like Hannibal thought, and Rome end up burning Carthage down. They whooped them. Yeah, but the first war, Carthage would whoop Rome. Yeah, black people had whooped Rome.
Right.
But then they got a dude that could think just like Hannibal, and then Carthage that's when Rome burnt Carthage down. Read about the Punic Wars, the Carthaginians and the Romans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right. We have a lot of Judases, but very few Messiahs in our community.
man.
I'm gonna check that out.
That's what I mean when I say that in order for the movement to go forward, you're going to have to make sacrifices. And the sacrifices is going to be of people.
Mhm.
Because guess what? In China, that kamikaze stuff,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
they was willing to sacrifice their lives so they other fellow soldiers could be able to get through. Hmm. Yeah. And black
Yeah.
people, man, listen, if you don't get rid of those people, and don't call them Uncle Toms, because Uncle Tom was not what you think he was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's our brother. He's our brother.
We're gonna call him what he called him, Judas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Didn't Judah betray Jesus?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus told him he was gonna do it too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Black people, black people that know that we need to come from underneath this struggle, know who the Judas are.
Mm-hmm.
Esau. Yeah.
The
And
best
if you don't,
example.
and if you
The,
don't do nothing about those Judas, then don't be mad when the Judas destroyed and infiltrate the whole movement.
like
Mm.
the best example for that was the Black Panthers with Fred Hampton. That
Yep,
was,
yep. Fred Hampton.
mm-hmm. And William O'Neill.
Yep.
They neutralize them cats.
They gonna neutralize you, and they gonna send your own people to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're right. And they did it. They did it. They
Yeah,
did it. They
that's
did it. They constantly did it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's why with the new movement, there is no leader.
Right.
You heard me? The new movement, there will be no leader. Because when you designate someone to be the leader, then you give the enemy the opportunity to knock the head and watch the rest of the body fall.
Right.
But if the
Yeah.
enemy don't know who running that motherfucker, who he gonna aim at?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Everybody's a leader in this movement.
Right.
Yeah, ain't no big U's and little me's. Everybody's a king. Because what we want to do is we want to have king rulership. And in king rulership, kings all around the world can unite. And that's what we need to do in our own circle.
Right.
Stop making this person feel like he more than what he is. No, buddy, we're seeing what they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely. You give these dudes too much power, what do? They start molesting the babies.
Mm.
What's that dude name that went down there and had the pyramids and all that stuff? I'm not saying he did it. I don't know if the brother did it, but they gave him a whole bunch of accusations about him doing things to the people. You got all this power, and the power end up corrupting you because now you want to carry out your sexual fantasies.
Right.
Man, come on, bro. Come on now. Look at all you got to do, man, is go back and look at those videos that Pharaoh and Sarah Susan said he did, where they was going through all the leaders. Look at that information. Don't be mad. Just look at the information and take out of the information what you know to be the truth. That way you don't cloud your judgment and you make in the Bible it say don't judge wrong. People say you ain't supposed to judge. No, it says don't judge wrongly.
Right.
How you gonna live in a world without judging? Don't make sense.
That's chaos.
I'm telling you, bro, this I don't know, man. I think this stuff different, man. Because I have read and seen a lot of stuff, man, and people ain't what they say they are.
These some of the books that I recommend. Like you said, the destruction of black civilization.
Yeah, that's a cold book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That,
I came across that book. I ain't read it yet.
and
yeah.
another good book for the mind is a book. It's by a white dude. That's why I know I'm not racist, or I ain't. Well, I don't got the power to be racist. That's another thing.
Mm,
Black people don't have the power to be racist. Black
Right.
people can
right,
only
right,
be prejudiced. They can't be
right.
racist.
Mm,
White people practice racism. Black people only have the power to practice prejudiceness.
Yeah.
mm,
No, we don't have the power to be racist. We don't own no hospitals. We don't own no grocery stores. We don't own no nations. We don't own no government. We don't own no military. So we don't have no power to be racist. We
Right.
have the power to be prejudiced.
Yeah.
Thank you.
what's the name of the book?
Oh, conversation with God.
Mm.
Conversation with God.
Yep.
By who?
Conversation with God.
Who
Cold book.
who is that by?
I wanna say John Walsh, Walsh. I think it's John Walsh. Put in, I don't know. John might not be his first name because I ain't read this book in 20 some years. And another code book that you can get if you want to just understand what basic Christianity, religion and all that, I would recommend Dr. Ben.
Yeah.
And then if you don't want to deal with him, I would recommend his student, Ashwa Kwesi.
Mm.
Ashwa Kwesi is very deep. And if you don't want to mess with him, then mess with Dr. Phil Valentine,
Yeah.
Bobby Hemmett, um, who else? Dr. Clark.
John D. Jackson.
I got that. I got the
Yeah.
ISIS papers. That's a good book.
Christianity before
That's
Christ.
about a sister. That's
Yeah,
about a
Francis
sister.
Quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
She the
She
one.
definitely she broke it down on anatomy about the shaft and the white man, I'm saying, and
Man.
pyramids and talking about DC and all that stuff.
In
Mm-hmm.
the ISIS paper, she break down the whole point of the white man creating a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gun is equivalent to your fallacy. You was able to annihilate him through your genetics. And so he created the gun that be able to annihilate you. Because
Look,
look
look at
at it. The
look at
gun.
a teacher. A
The
teacher.
gun got the barrel and the scrotum.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the gun. The gun had the barrel and the scrotum.
Yeah.
Just like your fallacy. He gonna shoot you down with his gun. You can annihilate him with your penis. Remember,
Mm,
what you
mm,
think? Do you know what obelisks are?
no, so
So
Obelisks are considered the male fallacy, and don't they have them all over the world?
mm-hmm.
mm,
So what you have is a bunch of men fallacy worshiping. Hmm. In the Vatican, they got one. In Washington D.C., they got one. They
Well,
call it the Cleopatra obelisk.
mm-hmm. New York got one too.
Yeah, but those are replicas of what they call the male fallacy.
Yeah.
mm,
Mm-hmm. Told you the people in power are homosexuals.
Of course.
yeah, that's what they say.
Yep. And the women that y'all think are women were really men in drag.
Uh-huh.
Mm,
They had transgenders back then.
Always. The presidents had transgenders.
Mm-hmm.
Barack
mm.
Obama wasn't the first one to be married to a transgender.
You
Ooh.
know what? That's what my boys in them say constantly that Michelle Obama is a transie.
Mm.
Yes. Michael LaVon Wright.
Yeah, they said Mike Michelle. Yeah.
That they had that they did that's they had that out when Michelle and them first was in the White House. They had already let
Yeah.
that stuff be known. She was all on Ellen, where her penis popped all through her pants and all that shit. They already
Oh
been.
wow.
Yeah, everybody know the white lady. They killed the white lady, Joan Rivers, for telling it.
I thought she's still alive.
No, they killed Joan Rivers 2 weeks after she did the interview where dude asked her, "Do you think there will ever be a gay president?" She said, "We already have one. Everybody
Yeah.
know that Michelle
Oh yeah,
Obama is a man.
she was coming
And
down the steps.
and then the kids or whatever is not kids, they surrogates or something like that. I heard.
Yeah, them ain't they kids, man. I seen the video with the real parents.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. See
because
again,
they said
that's some
They said
Hollywood.
Brock was guy or gay or whatever.
Yeah, the white girl talked about how Barack did crack in college and all that. They cleaned Barack Obama up and sold him to the people. And
Yeah.
what is his legacy gonna be? He was the president that's made it possible for two homosexual men to get married.
Mm.
They put the homosexual agenda they put the face of the homosexual agenda. They put the black man face on the homosexual agenda. Barack
And
Obama.
that's why when he got his second term, that's why he did that. He gave them so many rights. He gave them everything to do. But black brother, we get lesser respect as dogs. Basically, you white folks in society, they love dogs and gays got more rights than we do.
You know why that is? Think of the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
Who was the advisor to Martin Luther King?
Think a dude named Abernathy or something.
That and what was that brother
Oh,
name? Yeah.
you talking about J. Edgar Hoover?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
he was a mentor when they first started.
And what was he?
Rustin.
Yep,
Rustin
Yep.
there you
dude.
go. Yes, there he is. And what was
Yeah.
he doing?
Rustin dude was a gay dude.
He was going to jail for what?
Byron Buster. Yep, Byron Buster.
What was he going to jail for?
Having sexual intercourse with a white man.
Thank you.
Oh,
And
who was? What dude?
Byron Buster.
Byron who?
Buster.
Never. Okay, Bus Russ. Okay, yeah. They made a damn Netflix special out the dude.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So that was a dude that Martin Luther King was hanging around getting down with, huh?
Man, he was the one that was advising Martin Luther King. He was kind of like a part of the civil rights movement. He had power in the civil rights movement. And now
Yeah.
you understand why the civil rights movement has been given to the LGBTQ or whatever that stuff is. They had a homosexual at the front of it from the very beginning.
Mm,
What was
I hear
Martin
that.
Luther King doing in them rooms with that man, with another gay man?
Yeah.
Would you hang out with another gay boy?
Right.
Right. What do a heterosexual man got to do with a homosexual man? Where I need to take advice from you. Hmm. So it's all a game, bro.
These are documentaries. These are documentaries you should check out by Tyrese Nasheed
Yup.
in colors.
Hidden Colors. He sure killed the game with them. He did
Yeah,
a lot of great,
I
lot of
I really like the Haitian Revolution. I like that.
Yep. Where they use voodoo to kick the French butt.
Yeah.
Yep. Spirituality. There's power in spirituality. There's no power in religion.
Not just the French, the Spaniards and the British.
Europeans.
Yeah.
That's why they don't want the Haitians in this country now. Why you think they got sanctions on them? Because they known for whooping them Europeans.
These two
Mm.
these two of the more documentaries, butt breaking American Maroons.
Yeah, I heard some. I heard some like yeah, basically taking it from manhood. Yeah,
Yeah.
Buck Bucky. Yeah, I heard that before. They made a documentary out of that.
Yep. By Tariq Nasheed. Yep. Butt breaking.
Mhm.
That's new.
It's been out for a while.
Hidden
What's it?
Colors.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
part.
True Colors. Yeah, True Colors.
Yeah, that's
Hidden
part.
Machine.
Colors.
Hidden colors. That's part of
Yeah,
Hidden.
the
yeah,
color series.
yeah. I watched those before. Yeah,
You got to get all the volumes so you can be able to get all of it.
Yeah.
yeah. I got them. I read them. I watched them before. I'm just saying. I forgot dude's name. She.
Preacher.
Yeah,
Yep, that's
because
him.
she. Yeah, yeah. Wasn't him and somebody else got together and they started making documentaries. What was the other dude? Other brother name?
Yeah. He had a whole cast
Yep.
of the people.
He
Yeah.
had Brother Polite on there.
Yeah. He had
Yeah, it was Tariq Nasheed. It was some other dude.
uh what's it? Dr. Umar Johnson.
I don't know. I don't know if Umar was a part of it. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, Umar was on there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Professor James Smalls, Dr. Phil
Yep.
Bound.
He
yeah,
had all the heavy hitters.
Yeah, he had all the scholars. Yeah.
Yep. He had all of the scholars.
Mhm.
Yep.
Check it out.
yeah. Yeah. What's the American Maroon?
Or the American Maroons, that's the black people that's already here.
Okay.
Yeah, the black Seminole Indians. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The
Yeah.
black Indians, that's the people that's the black people that was already here.
Okay.
And the slaves that was on the plantation, they linked up and they fought the US Navy and Army
Yeah.
against
Yeah.
Andrew Jackson.
Yeah. I got you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Maroons of America.
Mhm.
See, it's gonna take great thinking for us to get back to the places where we started like when we were starting civilizations all around the world. See, we was in our great minds then. We had
Mhm.
lost our minds now. That's why we on a decline. We've been on a decline.
Right.
Anything negative, they associated with us.
Yeah.
And when you look out into the world, you can see all the negativity is being performed by us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's systematically designed or not, we still living out this system for them due to our own ignorance. Man shall perish for the lack of knowledge. That's it. That's the quote right there. Man shall perish for the lack of knowledge. And don't you see our people are perishing?
Every day.
Yeah, because we don't want to know nothing. If it ain't something stupid, if it ain't some girl twerking or some woman degrading herself or some brother shooting or some brother doing something stupid, you ain't gonna get the attention of the people. People like what's stupid. They don't want to be elevated. That's why I tell you now, there's gonna be it's gonna be many generations before change ever hit our people. Because a lot of generations are gonna have to die out for this information to become powerful enough for us to be able to use it to do what we need to do. Right now, our enemy is not the white man. Our enemy is ourselves. Before we can go fight the white man, we got to fight the people that's in our circle. Because if we don't fight them, they're going to help the fight man take us out.
Yeah.
We've seen it time and time again with every black movement that they had in this country, going all the way back to the Huey Newton, Elijah Muhammad, the
Let's go.
Moore brother, Noble Drew Ali.
Go
All
back.
these movements
Go
were
back to
all infiltrated by people that we're trying to save.
go back to Nat Turner.
Yep.
Mhm.
Even Nat Turner, they say they captured Nat Turner and ate Nat Turner.
Yeah, they ate him.
Yeah, they ate him.
Mhm.
Yep. See, and again, let's go. That's why I was saying we have to dig. In order for us to go to war, we need to figure out how we're being attacked. And once we figure out how we're being attacked, then we come up with the strategies that to combat what is being done to us. But the only way to be able to do that is you have to have some healthy minds. And right now, our people don't have healthy minds. So these people are going to have to die out in order for fresh new minds to come to the earth to address this issue. Because the people that we got right now today, I'm sorry, brother, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's it's too many of our people, it's too many of our people that have come against the very few of us that's trying to bring about the change that we need. I told you, we're not the majority, we're the minority. And as long as we're the minority, before we can ever go out and look at the big enemy, we got to deal with the enemy that's laying in the bed with us. Because if we
Mm.
don't get that enemy, we'll never get out of bed to be able to get on the fighting field.
Malcolm X explained the difference between a field nigga and a house nigga.
Man. And it's that house nigga that has always been the one that has destroyed us. You know what they call them now? They don't call them house niggas. You know what they beautiful name for them now? Boule.
Mm,
That's all I got to say.
mm,
Boule. Boule kills all that house nigga, field nigga. Just say Boule niggas.
mm,
Those are the ones that sent to trick you into believing that everything is gonna be all right if you just do it this way.
mm.
And guess what? They ain't got no way for the people. Their way is to make sure that their families lived in comfortability and that they're able to do what the elite people is able to do at the expense of selling you out and keeping you docile and conforming to the system.
Mhm.
Mm,
That's what this is about. They use
right.
religion. Look what they do every Sunday. Every Sunday, the black community pour all this money into churches, but we the poorest people on the planet. We're the poorest people because we don't know how to manage our resources. We don't understand that it's okay to put that dollar in the next brother's pocket because we want to keep that dollar in our community. See, we take our money and we invest it in somebody else's community and then we complain about living in poverty. Well, if we don't want to live in poverty, why do we think like people that is impoverished?
Mm.
Going back to the topic, the elevating of the mind. If we could ever get that, poverty would go away for our people. But
Yeah,
but as long as they able to keep us in the chains of religion, we'll never be able to fight.
you ever
Because
read that?
guess what?
I'm
Guess
sorry.
what? Guess what religion has done to our people? Religion has made us give way to somebody coming to save us. So if we're waiting on somebody to save us, we ain't never working on no plan to fight our way out.
Mm.
We waiting on somebody to come and do the fighting for us.
Right.
And that hasn't worked. It ain't gonna work, and it'll never work. Because once you pull the curtains, once you pull the curtains up on this thing that they call Jesus, and reveal to the people what really took place, again, then you'll be emancipated. But as long as our people consume religion, being emancipated will never happen. I'm sorry. It just ain't
Listen,
gonna happen.
listen to the song by Stevie Wonder, Superstition.
Thank you. Very superstitious. And then guess what he told them? It's
Believe
right
it.
there
It's
on the
down. Mm.
walls.
Mm-hmm.
He
It's
told them. He was telling them. And
mm-hmm.
then guess what? Earth, Wind, and Fire came and they was
Oh,
dropping the
oh
knowledge.
yeah. They always
Oh, oh yeah. Hey, I definitely agree with you on that one with Earth, Wind, and Fire, man.
it was
Hey,
waking the
the
people up, man.
song, that song is called "The Way of the World."
The
When
panic.
the dude say something, he say, "A child is born with a heart full of gold." He say, "The way of the world turns his heart cold." I said, "Ooh," I said, "Man, that's a good one, man."
See
The
it?
way the world turns his heart cold after you see so much stuff and experience and go through things and changes or whatever.
Listen to the song Fantasy by
Fantasy?
Earth, Wind and Fire.
Okay.
Mhm.
Give us some of the words up out of it. You're introduced the song. Give us some words out of it.
Let me look it up on my phone. Hold on.
Okay.
The lyrics.
Man, they was putting it in the music back then.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they
I
used
mean,
because you got to
yeah.
think. You got to think. What do music do? Music changes your feelings and the way you think.
Yeah, that and Marvin Gaye was soulful the way he sit there and use his words of knowledge.
Thank you. And guess who else? Curtis Mayfield.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Come on,
Yeah, yeah,
come on,
yeah, whole bunch
come
of
on.
yeah, yeah.
Here's a lyrics right here. Earth, Wind and Fire Fantasy in 1977.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Every man has a place, and in his heart there's a space, and the world cannot erase his fantasy. Take,
Man,
take a ride in the sky on our ship, fantasize. All your dreams will
Mm-hmm.
be true by the way."
The
Yeah.
music, listen, brothers, the music was giving us what we needed. That's why the Jews had to corrupt it.
What you call it? Food for thought, for the spirit, food for thought. It was feeding the soul back then.
Yes. Why you think all the record labels today are owned by high powered people?
Yeah. And that type of stuff, especially Bob Marley words, or every damn thing that Bob Marley wrote.
Thank you. Was
Yeah.
revolutionary.
Yeah.
Tupac.
And guess what? Guess what? Go whoa, whoa, whoa. Stay on Bob Marley. Come on now. Wait. Guess what? Guess why?
Uh, I know.
Guess why?
I
Because
just, I'm
guess
just
what?
naming
Guess what
some.
they was going through?
Yeah,
Apartheid.
yeah,
Yeah.
Again.
I
They
thought it's
was
just slavery.
thank you. Over in what? South Africa.
yeah.
They was going through the same thing we was going through on American soil. They was going through the same thing on in South Africa. Quit playing, bro. Quit playing. And then look at right now today. All the brothers like fast cars, but it take tires for those fast cars, don't it?
Yeah.
Hey, but Elon Musk is from over Africa. His family fought apartheid. So
Thank
that's
you.
slavery.
Thank you. Where they was over there taking the land from the people
Yeah.
and claiming it for their own. And then you just think, Leopold, look at what Leopold did down there in the Congos. And right now today, we take for granted that those tires that we use on all these fancy cars, all those black little babies and black people that got they hands and their feet cut off for that shit.
Yeah. It's a certain amount that you gotta get. If you don't got the right amount, you get your hand chopped off.
Man, in the Congos,
Yeah, in the car.
Leopold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When we look at the thinking, because we talking about the elevation of the thinking. Well, the enemy elevated their thinking and went around the world with their barbaric nature and added those two things together. Now they running the world. Because we talking about bloodlines that run the world. We ain't talking about no president. See, we focus on all the and no Congress and no, we focus on all the wrong things. That's why elevating our thinking is mandatory. But guess what? It'll be generations down the road before that ever take place. Because the people right now, they ain't gonna listen to you. But I bet you if you put up some stupid stuff, you'll have over 1 million views by tomorrow.
Of course.
He don't know about wrong works. He knows about good.
It's a sad reality.
Yes, it is. But it is, but guess what you just said? It's a reality.
Yeah.
It might be sad, but you do identify and acknowledge that it is a reality.
Mhm.
And that's something that our people ain't living with, is that they don't live with a reality. Because ain't no way that it is the greatest war that we're fighting right now today as a black man is a war between a black man and a black woman. Without the black woman, we can't create a mighty nation. So as long as we continue to tear her down, guess what? We're tearing ourselves down as a collective whole, as a whole. We
It's
can't
no,
make it. You
it's no
can't
more.
make it. We can't make it as a group of people if the black woman and the black man can't find harmony. Because
Mhm.
he ain't gonna be no stronger than he ain't gonna be no stronger without her, and she ain't gonna be no stronger without him. Especially when we look at this system that seeks to destroy us both. So if the system seeks to destroy us both, what are we fighting with each other for?
Hey, but they feel like they feel like half of them feel like they can do everything without us.
Okay, now let's look. Now what you see what the problem is? Because you just identified the problem. How did we get to that problem though?
Hey, the infrastructure and the structure based on what's designed in society is made it like this. The thinking.
Hmm?
That's what the jobs and corporation and the white man constantly in it. Yeah,
Thank you. Just say the system, brother.
Mhm.
yeah.
This was systematically designed. So if we know that this system took advantage of our women, then why would we help the system continue to beat them down?
Mm.
Right, right, right,
I'm just asking. If we know
right.
that the system took our beautiful women and turned them against us, then why would we use that same sister and tear her down and help the system continue to do what it is that it's doing to us?
Right.
Participate.
Shouldn't we reverse it?
Right.
I'm not saying sisters are easy to deal with, and I'm not making no excuses for their behavior. But what I am saying is that their behavior was created by a system.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many beautiful black women, man, for me to fill my heart with hatred for any of them.
Right.
But do that mean I don't overlook what they do? No, I don't overlook what they do. I understand what they do. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm not here to tear down a sister because a system has created her to work against me. No, my job is to recondition her thinking so she don't think against me.
Mm-hmm. Elevation of the mind.
Thank you.
You literally almost done.
And as black people, one of the greatest things that we're going to have to do is that we're going to have to put the sisters back on in their rightful position if we ever plan to move forward.
Hmm.
Because now you got
Yeah, man.
now you got
That's
brothers
something.
think now you got brothers thinking just like females. I'm independent. Independent fool. How you gonna be independent when you need a military to whoop this system? And part of the military is the sisters. So how you gonna do without them? And then my thing with that is brothers forgot how they played a part in destroying the sisters as well. Because one of the greatest wars in the history of mankind was the war between black women and the black man's ego. Uh-oh, y'all don't know nothing about that war, do y'all? Y'all getting a lesson today.
Mhm. I was just reading Shah's Ali. That's
Huh.
a black
Yeah,
man's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Nation of
she breaks
Islam
it down.
sister. The Nation of Islam sister.
Yes, sir.
Put respect on her name. Give her credit. Tell the people where she comes from. The Nation of Islam, sister. She comes from under the teachings of Elijah
Hazard or something
Muhammad.
like that.
Yeah.
She come up under the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. She states that
Yeah,
all the time.
Mhm.
Beautiful sister.
yeah.
Beautiful. And she wrote that book, Message to the Black Man. I read that mud about 3 or 4 times. Everybody should have that book in their collection. Black man and the black woman.
Mhm.
Yes. Because like I said, bro,
We'll go back.
we're we're
Right there. Mhm. Here's the
we're
book right
not going we're not gonna win the war without the sisters, bro.
Yeah,
Because remember what the sisters are. Remember what the sisters was created for. The sisters are the nurturers to the black man.
there.
right.
Mhm.
It's her nurturing skills that give you her. It's her nurturing skills that's your kryptonite.
But do half of them act like that though?
See, there you go again, bro. Don't go there.
Hey,
Cause you a
hey, I'm just,
get
hey, I'm gonna go.
listen.
I'm going
You
off
a man, right?
experience.
You
I'm
listen.
going off experience and see certain things out there, brother. I lived in Atlanta for a while, and I got to
Okay.
see them saying the world of flawed materialism. I saw a lot of flawed and vain stuff, brother.
Okay, I believe you, bro. I ain't going against what you said.
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
going against
man.
what you were saying.
I'm grew up in Chicago and lived in Atlanta for a while. And came back to the mill. I've seen it from all different lenses and different perspectives.
Okay. Let me ask you. When you was in Chicago, Atlanta, and Milwaukee, was you a man?
Still a man, regardless.
Okay. Cause I've been
But
around the listen, young man, listen. I've been
yes,
around the world and everywhere I've been the same dude.
I hear you saying.
And guess what? And what women do to other men, I don't have to wear that. I don't have to wear that coat. That's why I'm
Mhm.
Yeah,
not one of. Guess what? That's why I'm not one of them men that's on here talking about sisters ain't nothing and all that. Because I understand the bigger picture of all this. I'm not saying that the sisters don't do wrong. Okay, cool. Well, what was the problem when we was going through the pimp era? when the black man felt the need to make money at the expense of what? Degrading the sister and selling her to the white man?
Hey, and they did that, and they did it in entertainment, and still doing it now in black exploitation. That's why Muhammad Ali said I would never portray anything. You know what? Having brothers did this stuff in the '60s and the '70s. They started from saying this infrastructure and this separation back then, and that's how I got to half of what's right now. You know,
Thank you.
creating Shaft and Fox Brown, all this other stuff,
All I'm saying, bro, and
and Superfly.
I think you agree because with what you're saying, I think you agree. I'm saying we got to hold our accountability in regards to what we did to cause the sister to be the way that they are today. Because there's gonna always be a cause, and there will be an effect. And I think we've been looking at the cause, and we ain't looked too much of at the effect. See,
Mhm.
when we was going through our pimping, want to be pimps and players and mats and all that old goofy stuff, and wasn't able to do the things that we needed to do as men. And here's another thing, young man. A lot of black men in this country have found comfortability with having materialistic success because how could you possibly find comfortability when you know you live in a country as a black man and you have no power? Even your money don't give you power. You know how I know? Because every day they throw black men in jail. They got a whole bunch of money, but we don't own
Um,
anything.
Based on the projection images of what you just said with the social media and the imagery of the Matrix, the idiot, the TV box, the projection
Mm-hmm.
that shows this stuff, and they kind of put it out there in the universe.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know
Yeah,
where they started that from? Hitler did that, bro.
I
Did
hear
you know
that.
that?
Yeah.
Hitler did that. Hitler made all those people that he wanted to exterminate, he made them look like fools by putting them on TV with all that dumb stuff. So everybody would he would desensitize everybody around the world to him killing all those people, and they doing the same thing to black people right now today. That's why love and hip hop is a top rated show.
Ooh, I hate that.
I know. I hate it with a passion because I know what they're doing. They're taking beautiful black women and using them to desensitize everybody around the world to the extermination of their people.
Mhm.
They did this in Germany with Hitler. Y'all know why Hitler wasn't able to take over the world?
Mhm.
Mother Nature stopped him.
Mhm.
See, we talking about the elevation of the mind. See, when I read through the history, see, and I know a lot of history, because I just said some things a lot of people don't know. Hitler was trying to take over the world. But there was one thing that stopped him, and it didn't have nothing to do with man. It was Mother Nature. And then I'm gonna go back to my point with the sisters and the elevation of the mind. There's no black man that had ever lived on this planet that didn't come out of that black woman. So
Mhm.
until you're able to overturn that science, I don't never want to hear nobody tell me that black women don't have no value when it comes to us overcoming this system that keeps us all in bondage. I don't understand how brothers think that they ain't got in a position where they can talk shit about the sisters. Dude, you don't have no power. So what? You get to drive a European car. You get to live in a European community. You get to have European money in your pocket. But guess what? You still don't have no power. You don't have no integrity. You don't have no dignity. You don't have none of those things because they still see you as what? 3/5 of a human being. Tell them to change that, then I might start considering you being something.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
That's why I tell you in the new movement, big bros, we ain't got no leaders. We all leaders. Because guess what?
So
Guess what? In order to bring down a new movement, they're gonna have to kill all other people.
what you say about what Kanye where way his movement is, or what you know what I'm saying, how he gravitating, what he doing?
I can't get with Kanye West because Kanye West killed his mama for them people. If you kill the lady that gave birth to you, you kill anybody. Can't trust
Really?
you. Can't trust you.
I hear you.
Can't do it. That's the lady that made it possible for you to enjoy anything that you're gonna ever enjoy on this planet, and you sacrifice her to them people. Can't go with you. Can't go with you. Because I know, going back to the elevation of the mind, I know your thinking is governed and controlled by those very people. Otherwise, you would have never acted and performed in such a manner.
So you think somebody like Jennifer Hudson did that also?
Anybody that engaged, anybody that has sacrificed somebody to those people can't be trusted, bro.
Yeah.
Simple and plain. I just told you a lot of people are gonna have to go away for the real people to be able to get in a real position.
Yeah.
You play chess?
Yes,
Yeah, a
sir.
little bit.
Okay, so but I'm saying the majority of our people are gonna have to play the role in our chess game as pawns.
Mm.
You heard me?
Yeah.
The conscious brothers are gonna be the kings, and the rest of the people are gonna have to play their roles as what? The pawns.
Right.
Yeah.
All the sacrifice.
That's why I'm telling you, there is no leader. Because when you create leaders, now you build an ego. And when you build ego, absolute power corrupts absolutely, bro.
Mm.
We're not giving nobody that type of power. That's like giving him the status of a god. That blows his mind. We don't need somebody whose mind gonna be blown.
People worship.
Because once they get their mind blown, now they want to start playing with your daughters and stuff like that.
Mm.
Let's not act like these people that get in power don't have a sexuality that they love to exploit.
Mm-hmm.
Because now we're gonna dig into the science of sex. Mm. And when we
Right.
dig into the science of sex, there's a lot more than a feeling that goes with sexuality. My young man that's head of this podcast right now, he picked a great topic because what I'm doing is showing you different ways that you should be in elevated your mind.
Right.
Because
Yeah, I got
I just told y'all that there's much more that goes with the sexuality than just feelings when you're talking about sex
I
from
got nine
from
more topics under my belt too.
there you go. This is the elevation of the mind. Elevating the mind is taking the mind to its fullest potential.
Yes,
What
sir.
is its fullest potential? To carry out a true and a thought that ain't linked to somebody else.
Yeah.
Because if the thought is linked to someone else other than the universe, then that's not your thought. That's a thought that has been implanted in your mind. Because most of your thoughts are not even your own thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Because just think, if you live inside a cube, the box, that's why they told you back in the day, think outside of the box. Because
Mm.
if you think inside of the box, you're doing the thinking of everybody else. You're the programmed. You've been programmed. So you have what? Selective thinking. Somebody selects your thinking because you don't see it, because you're unwilling to think outside of the box. And you know what keeps you thinking inside of the box? You're unable to obtain religious freedom,
Mm.
because religion is a prison. It locks you in. And then not only do it locks you in, it gives you fake beliefs. And next thing you know, you be living a fake existence.
Fancy.
I can't make this up. I'm just giving you the science to how it all breaks down.
Any last comments before I end this?
Elevate your mind so you can reach your full potentials. And guess what? Reading funds you mentally. That's why they say reading is fundamental. It funds you mentally. See, everybody think of funds as being a dollar. There's many ways you can pay yourself. And it can
Mm.
and it can start through the elevating of your mind.
Any last comments for the judge before I end this?
Yeah. definitely agree with you in the fundamental. That's cool.
Well, I'm about to end this discussion. Appreciate y'all for coming.
Hey man, appreciate you having me, and definitely good to be on the podcast. Definitely, I'm saying, cool and analogy, and definitely getting some insight from you, brother, on the other end.
Appreciate you, young man.
Yeah, it's cool. And yeah, it's cool. Check out the book. I'm saying also, whoever.
Man, for sure, I'm gonna read you. See what you say.
Yeah, definitely. We should get together, man, and elaborate on stuff like this, man. Again, though.
I told y'all we got to create us a think tank,
Yeah, brother, but it's not many of us. Some of us hidden in pockets certain ways, but
bro.
yeah, man, we here and
Hold
we
on,
here
young
on
man. Hold
Babylon.
on. I gotta say one thing. It's 10 billion people on the planet. How many of those people do you know?
Don't know everybody.
So my point is saying that if it's 10 billion people, man, we don't even know a fraction. So don't say, no, bro. We can create a think tank, bro.
I hear you. It's based on who wants to tap in and get to that
Man,
high vibration level.
they doing it.
Okay.
We doing it now.
Yeah, I know we doing it. Yeah.
Okay. And as we keep going, and guess what? And as we keep going, it'll grow and grow and
Yeah.
grow and grow. See, you looking for immediate. No, longevity,
Yeah.
brother.
I
Longevity.
feel you.
Everything is longevity. Don't never play short term game. Always look long term.
Yeah.
Right.
Generation.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
There you go, young man.
Yeah, right on.
Appreciate y'all.
Okay, brother
Appreciate you,
man.
King.
All right, peace.
And
Peace.
definitely be in touch, bro. You know what you're
Thanks a lot.
doing. Got something else going on.